Hello. Welcome to the Coupe de Villas channel. This is the first ever podcast, and I'm happy to have you all watching. And please do me a favor, like, subscribe, make a comment. New channel. We're going to start talking about football and Villa, especially Aston Villa. We obviously started the season last night against Watford, and that's where I'll be starting this podcast. So I'll get straight into it. I thought overall I was disappointed with the game. The result was poor. The performance was poor for the first 75 minutes. And then we sort of found a bit of fight later on. When Bailey came on, Ramsey came on, we looked a bit better. But unfortunately, we had too many passengers, especially in that first hour. Nakamba, El Ghazi, Matty Cash was off his normal game. It was a bit disappointing. Target, obviously, was subbed at half time because he was getting absolutely rinsed by Sarr. And, overall, not the start we wanted. And these teams like Watford, you give them a bit of a sniff, they're gonna make you pay. They're gonna lift their game. They're gonna see that 3 points are there for the taking, and that unfortunately we've got a bit of a soft underbelly at the moment. Nakamba tries his hardest. He has played plenty of good games for us, but when it comes to possession of the ball and his coolness and calmness in that midfield, he's not up to it. And Douglas Luiz, obviously wasn't available. He's just come back from the Olympics. And I think we really missed him. And but he wasn't the only. Nakamba wasn't the only player who was poor. Danny Ings didn't do a lot. Scored the penalty at the end in junk time, but in the game itself, he didn't really link up very well. Buendia had a very disappointing debut. I actually thought him and Nakamba were close, and El Ghazi as well. But they were the three that were really, really disappointing. In the Premier League, if you're going to carry three players, you're probably going to get beat. Again, it doesn't matter who you're playing. And Watford were no different. I think Smith needs to take a bit of blame as well. I think, the lineup itself seemed pretty straightforward, but I think there could have been changes earlier. I think Nakamba stayed on the pitch way too long. Once we were 2-0 down, I would have rather preferred to see Chukwuemeka, Carney, the guy, I can't say his name. Someone like that, or Podence Badace, one of the young kids put in there, and or even just move McGinn back and play him as that sort of number 6. But we didn't need him and McGinn in there when we were chasing the game. Leon Bailey looked good on positive side. He looked really, really good. I thought McGinn did okay. Ashley Young probably was one of our best players, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts against Newcastle instead of Target, because Target had a really, really, really poor game. So overall, first game, can't get too disappointed, and let's hope that against Newcastle with a full Villa Park, we come out firing, and we show the fans and the rest of the league that, we're not suffering from post-Grealish syndrome. And, I was watching the game last night, and the amount of times they mentioned it, it just gets under your skin after a while. But, there's a lot of pundits and fans of other teams that probably think that we're going to really struggle this season because we don't have him, and that our signings are, not going to make up for the hole that he's left. So let's see what happens next week and the next few weeks. But with 2 home games coming up, Newcastle, Brentford, we really need 6 points, 4 at the minimum out of those 2 games to kind of get our season going. Because if you lose a few early, we all know what can happen from a couple of years ago where we started off badly. And, we couldn't really recover until the last week of the season. So, I really want to see how the new guys sort of, react to that. I'm hoping Buendia especially is a lot better next week. Does Bailey get a start? Probably, I would say. Unless he's still really unfit, but he played the Gold Cup for Jamaica, and I know he just came out of quarantine, but he should be at a reasonable level of fitness. So let's hope that, we see a bit more of him. Danny Ings, a bit more of him as well. And we'll start to get those... The link up and the forward play a lot more smooth, a lot more sort of in tune with each other, because I think that was a big part of where our problems came from, is that we'd lose the ball and the defence wasn't set up correctly to stop the counter attack, and especially Sarr and Dennis for them were taking us to pieces, really. And, you got to give them credit. They set up well and they had a game plan, and they looked a lot more confident in their game plan than we did with ours. It just felt like we lacked a bit of imagination, lacked a bit of know-how going forward. Yes, first game, chemistry and all that is going to come, hopefully. But, it felt like... we were sort of looking around at each other for people to, pull a rabbit out the hat or, do a bit of skill or take someone on. And no one was really taking the bull by the horns and, really taking the game to them, which is a concern because, that's why these guys were brought in, like Buendia, Ings, they were brought in to give us that X factor and to give us a goal threat. And we didn't really look like scoring much until the last 15 minutes yesterday. So anyway, but moving on, it's good to have fans back. The away fans were brilliant, and looking forward to next week. So that's my recap of the game. Just want to say again, I'm Scott Cooper. The channel's Coop de Villa. It's a football channel with a special emphasis on Aston Villa. And I hope to see you all soon. And this is my first video, so I will be doing a lot more on all sorts of football, but especially Villa and the Premier League. I look forward to the Newcastle game, and I will have another video then. So like, subscribe, comment, catch me at Scottie Coops on Twitter. And up the Villa. Let's have a good season and hopefully 3 points next week against Newcastle. All right. See you all later. Bye.